Hello and welcome to another edition of the Red Phoenix Gaming Podcast.
Went
Guitar
back to the song.
solo. Absolutely back to
That
the
was too
song.
much. All
No,
right,
it's never too much.
too much.
I'm your host Derek. With me as always is the lovely Michelle, and we're going to talk about some gaming news stuff and things for this February 15th of 2015. I know we're a little late. You have to blame
2 days
Valentine's
late.
Day.
Valentine's Day.
Totally Valentine's Day.
It's okay.
And we are on podcast 20.
Oh my gosh.
We are officially official.
20 podcasts.
Yes. 20 podcasts. Can
We
you
should have
believe
like
it?
noisemakers and streamers.
Yeah, no. It's okay. I have children sleeping. We're not going to do that.
Yeah, okay.
But let's hop right into it.
I'm ready.
So, our handle whenever we leave our awesome subscribers and we get off of our podcast or we get off of our other videos that aren't actually up because we only make podcasts right now. What do we always say when we get off?
Hashtag bye.
Hashtag bye. You know who else we can say hashtag bye to? Radio Shack.
Oh, it's hashtag adios.
Hashtag bankruptcy.
Because I saw some of the stores had the R and the hack darkened, so it said adios. But yeah, they filed bankruptcy.
Yep.
Bad times.
What are you gonna do? I mean, I think it's safe to say that the store of Radio Shack no longer really needs to be around anymore. You don't need a storefront for what they sell.
I actually did go and buy a flash drive from them not that long ago.
Yeah,
But they
but
did try and like update their store and make it seem like they were more hip.
with their joke of like the 1980s call, they want their
Yeah.
store back.
Yeah.
It was pretty funny that they ended up coming out and being like, "Yep, Chapter 11, bankruptcy.
Yeah.
Sorry." But yeah, I don't think I've been in a Radio Shack for about 8 years.
Yeah.
I
Not
haven't
with
bought
Best Buy
anything.
around. Even Walmart
Yeah,
sells what they sell. It's unnecessary.
exactly. I mean, you have a specific place that only sells tech. You're not really going to do that great. I mean, Best Buy sells tech, but they have everything.
Right.
Like their storefront was just too small, and like I said, for the small stuff that they sell, A, it's overpriced, and B, you can get most of it online in like a day or two with most of the shipping setups you have on Amazon, or if you
Absolutely.
buy from like a Best Buy ship to store or whatever, you can get it the next day. So, I mean, sorry to see them go.
Sorry,
I
not
guess.
sorry.
Yeah, sorry, not sorry. Didn't really use you, I
Yeah.
suppose.
Sorry, not sorry.
Let's do a little uplifting Valentine's Day news here.
Yeah.
Did you see Nintendo sent out these free Valentine's Day cards?
I did. Actually, a lot of companies did that, but I did see the Nintendo ones. They were really cute.
Yeah, they had a couple of them. I like the Yoshi ones where they're like, it's like in the Yoshi wool, I guess from
Yeah.
that wool game or whatever. But
Yeah.
like you're a good egg and we can overcome any obstacle and stuff. Like it's so Yoshi stuff. But
Yeah.
yeah, I think it's cute. I think it's whatever. But I guess my question is, do you expect to see this type of branding on other things, or do you think it's just Nintendo being Nintendo?
I think it's Nintendo being Nintendo. I can't remember. Somebody else sent out some things, and I can't remember which company it was. Or maybe I saw someone who made a bunch of different ones that you could use that were video game
Related?
relevant. Yeah.
Not
But
like the inappropriate Disney ones that they have out there.
I did not see those.
Oh, well, they have inappropriate Disney ones that
Should put a link. Put a link
I should
in
not
there
put a
so we can
link.
find it.
I'll let you know what they are, but
All
some
right.
people probably know exactly what I'm talking about.
Then I'll put a link.
Don't put any links.
Okay.
Well, something that doesn't go along with Valentine's Day, cheaters.
Oh, well, sometimes it does.
Well, I
Because you got
guess.
your main chick
Main
and
squeeze
your
and then your side
chick.
chick. Be like, yo, B, don't tell her about what's going on.
Don't say anything. It gets expensive for those people, I bet you.
Right. Well, I mean, I wasn't necessarily talking about those type of cheaters though.
Oh.
More so like Counter-Strike cheaters.
Oh, more Counter-Strike cheaters.
Yeah, like what's going on? Why is there so much betting on matches going on? Do you think
I
it's something
don't
that needs
know.
to be like like, is it disciplinary that they need, or is it like better, like, I don't know, better guidelines around it to see who's betting or something? Like, I don't really understand.
I don't get it either. Why
I mean,
cheat? Why do
yeah,
it?
why
I
bet
mean, for
on
the money, I
Counter-Strike?
guess. Stupid.
It just doesn't. I mean, again, like it. There's another slew of people that are in this allegations of cheating, but like I just it doesn't make sense to me. Why would you intentionally fix the matches? I mean, obviously, like you said, the money, but like at some point, don't you have like a conscience, or like don't you look at it and you're like, you know what, I should be bigger than this?
Obviously not.
I guess.
But what they can't continue to compete. That's
I,
what they're banned.
yeah, I mean, and then on top of that, you're getting news stories coming out of like managers being fired, and like
Oh
the
yeah.
the pro circuit is just turning into like a whole bunch of drama.
Yeah, you people need to calm yourselves and follow rules and act like, I don't know, grown-ups.
Whoa, whoa,
Maybe
whoa, whoa. Not
act
you
like a
people.
grown-up.
That's racist.
I'm talking about the cheaters.
Oh,
These cheating, I can't say
cheaters.
those kind of words
Those
on here,
cheating
but
cheaters
I
are
mean,
cheating.
be a grown-up,
True.
idiots.
Whoa,
They had
whoa, whoa.
that manager from one of the pro Leagues of Legend teams.
Yep.
He was fired for
Yeah, a
threatening one of his
lol.
players.
A League of Legends manager here. Yeah, like, and again, like I don't. I guess it's a matter of like how serious is it getting, because is is esports really as big as they're making it out to be? I mean, like I said before, the cheaters that are like fixing games is almost the equivalent of point shaving in a basketball game, and
Yeah.
that's like a serious offense in basketball. But like the having a manager of a pro gaming team, like, is that really a thing?
Oh yeah,
Do you really need to manage
you
people playing
do.
video games?
They do. They have coaches, they have managers, they have owners. It's a big deal.
Wouldn't your coach just be the person that plays, because if they're good at it, it's not like you lose finger dexterity as you get older, do
No,
you?
because then you have somebody who's standing on the outside kind of helping you through, not having that hands on. They tell everyone what to do. And then as the manager, you got to set them up with hotels and the travel and the actual games. So I
That's
feel like,
crazy.
yeah, I don't think so. I think it makes sense, but I also don't think you should, you know, threaten your teammates.
Yeah, I mean, I guess
And he
uh
did it so the guy wouldn't quit. Like,
right. I guess it was kind of
stop.
counterintuitive from that for that guy especially, because like you're if you're threatening a guy and you're in a bad situation in a job or in a gaming thing, like in pro gaming or in anything really, if your manager is threatening you, chances are you're going to want to quit more, not less, right? Like,
Yeah, absolutely. And this is in Germany too. It's not like
right.
anything local in the US or Canada, but still, that's the worst thing to do. Like you're definitely not going to have that person stay if you're going to be like, "Ooh, give them incentive if you want to keep them."
Yeah, like exactly. I think it would be more like reward
Yeah.
than like tell him you're going to beat him up or something. That's just me, maybe.
Nope,
Maybe that's everyone.
I totally feel where you're coming from. What else you got?
Hmm. Swatting. So much
Man,
swatting.
I'm so sick of this.
I really wish we didn't have to bring it up anymore.
Me too. Because
Like,
this one was really upsetting. I mean, they're all upsetting, but this one, I watched the video. Joshua Peters
yeah,
um, was playing, and somebody swatted him, and he was totally upset. He actually posted a video just saying, I know you know where I live. He said he saw people posting his address in his chat while he was playing
yep,
online,
yep.
and it was very emotional. And he's like, my 10-year-old brother was in the house and cops were pointing guns in his face.
Yeah.
Anything could happen.
He was it was like really heartfelt, and he was like, look, you can do whatever you want, like basically saying like if you have something against me, then whatever, but like don't involve his family basically.
Yeah, it's
And
gross.
right now swatting is just an annoyance, and it's costing people millions of dollars literally, to continually send SWAT teams out to houses thinking that there's an actual threat. One of
Yeah.
these days, somebody is going to get shot and or killed for this.
Yeah.
Like gamers, like especially gamers who do this as a profession, you always have some sort of headset on. You always have some sort of noise canceling thing. Like in every one of these swatting things, someone's either noise canceling or they have headphones in or they have whatever. They don't even know what's going on until somebody comes into the room and tells them what's going on.
Yeah.
Like,
I think it was like his mom that said
yeah,
something was going on and said that there were police outside the house.
yeah, and again, like his 10-year-old brother or whatever was the one that opened the door for the cops, and they're
Yeah.
all like pointing guns in his face and stuff. Like
That's horrible.
it's horrible for the kid, and again, like it's right now no one's thank God gotten hurt, but you never know what's going to happen. You never know if it's somebody who has replica weapons in their house and they take that as a threat, or it's some D&D guy and he's walking around with his battle axe on his back and they think that that's like not a
A
styrofoam battle
threat.
axe.
Yeah.
So it's really serious, and people, I mean, I know that kids, I don't know if I should say kids or not, but I know that people are getting are doing this, and it's really becoming an issue.
Yeah.
Granted, like on the next story that we have, which isn't related at all, but like a 19-year-old teen, and it is going to appear in court on Monday, I guess, because he actually was charged with a couple swatting hoaxes. Did you see this story or no?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, Brandon Wilson, I guess his computer was seized, and they're using a bunch of his files or something to show evidence of swatting, and basically, again, no one's died from this, but you should really think about how hard you want to come down on these type of people. Right now, it's saying he faces like 5 years in jail, but at some point, you should really look at this almost like an attempted murder. Like,
How about some restitution? Why don't you pay the bill
yeah,
that the city had to shell out for these people to
exactly.
come out and do this?
Right.
So you
I
go
mean,
sit in jail and then you gotta pay it back. I like that.
I would like to see them do something like that for sure, because at some point, like, what is your goal for swatting somebody? You're just
You
trying
think
to,
is it funny?
like,
To
yeah,
these
are you just
people,
trying to
like,
like ruin
Be
their
disruptive?
cast? Because like, there's other ways to do that. You can DDoS their house, if like
This is going to help you.
exactly, like it's able to be done. You just find their IP, you send a DDoS attack at their IP, and they're done.
Yeah.
Like there goes their stream. Is that what you want, or are you actually trying to do some other ulterior motive to it? Because if it's something ulterior and you actually want to inflict pain on this person, you're doing it the wrong way. Just
Right.
man up and do it. Don't man up and do it. That's also a bad idea.
It's horrible.
But don't SWAT. It's stupid.
Yep.
I'm so
Yeah.
enraged. I'm so angry.
I know. I hope we don't have to talk about that much anymore because I wish people would just stop.
Truth. Yeah, I'm pretty sick of it. Okay, whoosah. Nice and deep breath. Okay. Moving on to some more light news, I guess we'll say. EA
Alright.
teased Titanfall 2.
Oh yeah.
And won't be an Xbox exclusive.
They're gonna
Thumbs
open
up.
it up.
Thumbs down. Do you care?
Gonna get it for your Wii. Get it for your
Stop it.
Wii U.
Stop it.
Yes, that would be so awesome.
If I get it for my Wii U, I will not be playing with you.
No. No. Does this mean I have to purchase it?
It doesn't mean you have to purchase it, but you can be playing Destiny alone if you don't purchase it.
I
That's all
did
I'm saying.
actually. I did kind of enjoy it. I didn't play it a lot, but I enjoyed, playing the first one a little bit. It was fun being able to just climb into a Titan and stomp
Yeah, I
on
mean,
things. I was really bad at it.
It was a good change in dynamic, though, because you had this Call of Duty, army shooter man mentality drilled into your head, and then you get this other dynamic of like, wait, I can run up walls. Wait, I can use a jetpack. I can double
Yeah.
jump. Like
I have
all
a
this extra
monster I
stuff.
can climb
Yeah,
into with my
exactly.
own-
And
Yeah,
like,
Transformer.
and instead of like kill streaks, it was like giant robot suits. Like,
Yeah.
it was my favorite set of games all in one because I had like the
Yeah.
Call of Duty shooter man, and then I used to love playing Mech Warrior. I don't know if you ever played it.
No.
It was like a PC game a long time ago, Mech Warrior, like in big robot suits. I was like, this is great, like the best of both worlds. And I hope that they take that idea, that version of Titanfall, and carry it over to Titanfall 2. And really, I hope that they give us some sort of single player. I don't know if they will or not, but like, I think that was the only part that I didn't really care for is that
Yeah,
the
there was
lack of single player.
yeah, everything was online and co-op and well, I would take a single player co-op, but even the
Yeah,
missions that you did do and what they considered was a single player, it was still just kind of like playing the online game anyway. So
for sure.
I didn't see a difference in the two.
But yeah, I'm excited to see what they come out with. I know that I think it's Respawn that's still doing it, right? I think.
I have no idea.
Yeah, Respawn Entertainment. I would like to see what they end up coming out with because, like I said, they put out a pretty decent game the first time, and I
Well,
would
I
end
mean,
up
when you have
getting it again.
the fathers of Call of Duty doing it, you know they're
Oh
gonna
yeah,
want to do it
exactly,
right.
exactly. Give them a little something,
The
something.
founding fathers.
Get your notepad out. You're gonna mark something down.
Okay, I have it. I always have it.
Boom.
I have like a whole section of write this down with your name on the top. I'm ready. See, I got it right here.
Boom.
I'm ready.
So
What's today? Today's the 15th of
today's
February.
15th. This isn't actually an original theory by Derek,
Okay.
but I just clarifying real quick.
Okay.
There is the thought that tablets are actually going to be stronger than consoles by
Stronger.
2018, which is only 3 years away. More powerful. So our gaming is going to move from this giant VCR looking box to an iPad slash Windows pad slash whatever. And it's just going to be a screen. Plug your controller in, screen, donezo.
I have a giant television that I like to play my games on. Why would I want to play it on my iPad?
Because maybe you want to be mobile.
I don't want to be mobile.
Maybe you want to watch TV and play games.
I can do that on my Xbox. I just say Xbox Snap TV, and bam, it does it.
Maybe you want to play your
argument's invalid. You should stop.
Xbox in your bedroom instead of out in the living room.
Then I can move it.
Well, that's a pain. I hate got nothing else.
I have
But
a PlayStation 4 in my bedroom and in the living room, so I'd be all right.
I
Argument is invalid. Would you
still
want to
think
play
that
Call
tablets-
of Duty on a tablet? Even let's say it's like an 11-inch tablet. Would you want to play Call of Duty without a controller?
So here.
How are you going to hold it up?
So here.
I'm
listen.
getting upset.
Stop getting upset. So since I got my Wii, I know you keep knocking me for having a Wii. Since I've gotten my Wii, I actually play games a lot more. And here's why. The Wii comes with the big Wii iPad looking thing. Has like the controller built in with the screen. I actually play Super Smash Brothers on the Wii gamepad because I don't actually need to have it
Not
on
your
TV.
at all.
So my kids can be watching Mickey Mouse or whatever they're watching, or my wife can be watching whatever she's watching right now, Bachelorette, whatever. And I can be playing games while this is all happening, and they don't notice anything. And in fact, my son's actually come over and sat with me and watched me play instead of watch whatever was on TV. But the ability to do that would allow for the flexibility of having other things happening while you're playing games. My point is still invalid. You're
Go
not.
play outside. Go play outside.
Now you're being salty.
I
Now you're
just
being
don't.
salty.
I mean, I'm sure that they will be really, really powerful. They probably will someday be more powerful than, a regular console.
Yes.
I just want to play Call of Duty on a full-size screen. If I want to play handheld games, I'm going to play a handheld game on a handheld device.
I get what you're saying, but I really think that it's. I don't know. I think it's a step in the right direction. We've seen mobile gaming take a huge step with that NVIDIA card. I think that tablets are just a step behind that because as soon as they get it for mobile, they're going to get it for tablets. And if you're able to do it for both, you're going to have amazing graphics on things you can carry wherever you want with you. And there's going to be a whole lot more slackers who play video games at work because they're able to do that.
Do you want to hear a funny story?
I absolutely want to hear a funny story.
When I was working in Virginia and I first met my husband, we worked for a bank and we were temps because one bank bought another bank and they had to send out all brand new cards with brand new bank name on it. And all we did was activate cards for people who had trouble doing it through the automated system. And then we got hired on full time with the bank. But when it got really slow, once the last thing of cards went out and it was really, really slow, he brought in his original PlayStation, plugged it into his monitor, and played PlayStation while we were at work.
So I've seriously thought about doing that at work, just to like bring my PlayStation in, hook it up like into my desk and everything, and then like on lunch just be like, time to boot up and play a couple rounds of Call of Duty or play some Destiny or whatever.
They have like bags that you can neatly put your console in. The PlayStation one's really nice too. Yeah.
Only I would probably never want to do that.
Probably.
Maybe. I might want to do that.
Possibly.
Michelle, are you ready for some football? I'm sorry. That was last month.
There's no football right now.
That's right. Because it's snowing.
Snow. It's horrible here. It's so bad here.
I didn't mean football. I'm sorry. Are you ready for some Fallout 4? That's what I meant to say.
Listen. If this doesn't happen, first of all, Bethesda has decided to play with the big boys like Microsoft and Sony, and they're going to hold their own press conference at E3. I'm so excited about this. And they're going to do it the Sunday before everything starts.
They're going first.
So they're first. So that's all everybody's going to talk about.
Yep.
What happened on that day. And, my husband is so convinced it's another Skyrim. I don't feel like they would ever do something this big out of nowhere if it wasn't Fallout 4. It has to be. It has to be.
So I tend to agree with you. I was just going to say, I would write it down. And this is the reason why I think
I have to write it down. I know it.
They haven't put out a Fallout anything in like more than 2 years.
Right.
My thought is they've been designing, and again, this is clearly speculation, they've been designing an in-game engine for Fallout.
Yeah.
And obviously, in designing these things, they wouldn't necessarily have anything to show for it because it's all code and, debugging and whatever. Yeah. It's all the nerd programmer stuff. Right. But if they actually were doing this and they were able to push out something for E3,
oh my gosh,
how bananas is that going to be?
All of the bananas. It would be amazing. And
are you ready to go?
I'm ready.
Are we going?
We should be going this year.
Let's see. What was it? $1,600?
Yeah, I just needed somebody. Can I have some money? I asked my husband if I could go. Maybe next year. He says that every year.
Yeah, I was going to say, we say that every year.
We need to get incorporated. That's what we need to do. Get ourselves a tax ID.
Let's do it.
I'm
game.
Yeah.
Corporate funding.
Do it. All right, that's our plan. So a year from now, we'll be at E3.
Don't write it down.
Write it down.
A year from now, it will be February of 2016. We will not.
Well, I mean, a year from June.
Oh, now she can write it down.
Now write it down. June of 2016.
Oh, goodness. So, games. We love games. What games do we love? We like Borderlands.
Love Borderlands. Love it.
So, a Borderlands exec said that you basically have to embrace risk to move forward. And I say, no duh.
Yeah. We've talked about this before. It's always a little different when you change stuff up, but when you do it, people get really excited about it.
Yeah, and the thing that lately has been kind of like mind-boggling to me is that games cost a lot of money to make now, right? Because it's no longer like a guy in his basement punching in some code and out pops Super Mario Brothers. It's
Yeah.
like a bunch of engineers, a bunch of designers, a bunch of testers, a bunch of everything, and you basically need like a conglomerate of people that you can just make do your bidding. Um, at some point, though, where do you draw the line between risk and reward? I mean,
Right.
Borderlands has kind of done the same thing over and over, and they're saying, well, we're coming out with the Borderlands 3 now. So do you think they're really going to push the bill, or do you think it's just going to be Borderlands 2 with better graphics and more weapons and different
New
people?
storyline. That's what I would think. I don't know how much change they could make when it's not Borderlands anymore.
Yeah, I mean, like,
They
it's not like
changed
you're
the
going to.
character, they changed the storyline. It's still kind of wrapped in all with the one before it.
Yeah,
It's still all gonna even the Telltale game that we're playing, it still revolves around Jack in
right.
some way, shape, or form with all these new people with a totally different storyline that has nothing to do with anything. But
Exactly. I don't know how much they can really change. I know that he says, or they say that like you have to embrace the risk or whatever, but I I would just keep punching out the same game until it stops working, I suppose, right?
right,
From their aspect.
yeah,
I mean, it doesn't really make sense not to. It's almost like an Assassin's Creed where they're just kind of like pushing things out, and although it doesn't go according to plan or it's not 100% perfect or whatever they want to qualify it as, even though it's garbage, it's still an Assassin's Creed game and they still get the same following.
yeah.
Speaking of Assassin's Creed, the movie officially entered production.
I'm so pumped for this, and if they do it the way they did with BioShock, I will cry. But I think this is great. They have Michael Fassbender on there who played
Yeah.
Magneto,
Yeah,
and I'm really pumped, and I'm okay with that.
I think he's going to do a great job as
I'm
whoever
excited.
Desmond Miles. I don't know. Is he going to be Desmond? Yeah, we talked about this. Do
Yeah,
we
I
know what
don't.
he's going to be?
No, I don't think they've said yet. I don't think he's going to be anybody we know.
I think he should be Desmond.
I
He
thi-
actually looks like Desmond.
No, I don't
Yeah,
think so.
totally.
I think he would look much better with a hood on.
Well, obviously you're going to give him a hood.
And one of the main assassins, like Ezio, but not really Ezio, not like anybody we know. I think he's going to be the main assassin character, but I don't think he would play like what Desmond does.
Do you think that they're going to tie it in with the games at all? Or do you think that they might tie it in with a future game?
I think it'll have the same concept, but it'll be completely different from any of the game storylines we've ever seen.
Like
I think there
almost
is
like a
gonna-
Resident Evil storyline where like
Exactly.
it's kind of coinciding but doesn't at all really.
Exactly. Like what we see in the movie will have nothing to do with any of it. There won't be a Desmond, but I think that it is gonna be kind of like the time traveling through your brain to get information.
I would honestly be surprised if they don't just take the entire first game and make it into a movie.
I would hate that.
I wouldn't. I really wouldn't, because Lucy, the character that I don't want to. Is it a spoiler if it's
Oh
been
my
out for
god,
10 years?
she's dead.
If you don't know that, you shouldn't be playing.
Well, I wasn't even gonna say that, but
Jeez.
she befriends you and she gives you the whole like I'm an assassin thing, or what is it, right? It's the finger thing, whatever.
I didn't play the first game through all the way.
Okay, well, if you talk to her every time, she basically is like, oh, and by the way, I'm an assassin, and you're like, oh, I have to trust her now, which is why you trust her until
You murder her.
murder her. Spoiler.
Listen, if you haven't played that game, it was 8 years ago. There's
You
something
should
wrong
play it.
with you.
Yeah, absolutely play it. But regardless, I think if they have Michael Fassbender be the Desmond slash Altair character, and then have the like the Lucy character be played by the what's her name, Marion Cotillard, the chick from Inception
Yeah.
or Dark Knight Rises.
Yep.
If they basically have her be Lucy, have her be like the Lucy character, they could do the entire thing. Now, I actually wouldn't mind seeing the Altair timeline with the Templar chick that he's in love with get a little more exposure and get like a little more in depth, because I
And
have
they
a feeling
could
it's going to
bounce
turn
a
into
game
like
off of that. There's your whole next
exactly
game.
exactly. I could see it going like a romance type aspect
That's
of
what I
it.
loved about like the whole like Ezio storyline because everything had like a romantic twist to it. So you
Yeah,
stayed super engaged like through the whole thing because it wasn't
right.
just about his father being murdered and his mother and his sister running a brothel. Like he kept falling in love with these women and you felt for him.
Well, I think that the difference there is that he was a womanizer. I mean,
But
flat out, he's a womanizer. Whereas you look at like the next character, Connor, and he didn't even know
he
what
was the
was
mama's
between
boy.
his legs, like had no idea. And then you look at like the next character, and
He was a
he
womanizer.
he was a womanizer, but he really didn't care about the women. He didn't get you didn't get invested in that
No, he's like
aspect of it. He's
yo
like,
ho, pirate's life for me.
yeah,
Like
he's like
Jake and the Neverland Pirates.
he's like, where's my booty? And I
Yeah,
don't mean the chick.
he was
Like
looking for the coins.
all about the money.
Yeah,
And then obviously this last guy had like his one true love thing, which I won't ruin anything with that last game just in case you
everybody
haven't played it.
died. I'm just
Michelle,
kidding.
we're not ruining it. I said not ruining. But yeah, like I don't know. I like to see them have some sort of emotional twist to it, or even like maybe not twist, just like an emotional connection to it, because that's what really invested me in each one of the games.
Yeah, I had it with this one too. This last one,
Yes.
definitely.
Well, just because it was like a constant longing for, he really. It wasn't like the Ezio where it was like a different chick or a
They
different
kept
whatever.
dying. It's not
It
his
was
fault.
like, well, whatever. He still had like a different chick every game,
Because the
but
other ones were dead.
but this other one, like this recent one was like you basically have the same love interest the entire timeline of the
From the
game.
beginning,
So
like when they
like
were children.
yeah, so like it worked and it kept you emotionally invested,
Yeah.
but I felt like it was like it kept coming back to me. I was like, oh yeah, by the way, remember that there's this chick, and then you like go do stuff, and then I forgot about things, and I was like, oh yeah, remember there's this chick, and then like went away and did things. So like it kept coming back and like reminding me not so subtly, but like I wasn't as invested as it was with the other
Because
games.
you're a guy and you don't have any feelings.
That's not true at all.
So I'm
But
emotionally invested. I definitely was. Moving on.
Mass Effect 4.
Woohoo!
Are you
Yes.
ready for
I can't wait.
Destiny with third person? Because that's pretty much what it's going to be.
I might be all right with it. I'm a huge Destiny fan now, and everybody's like, man, it's so stale and boring. I grind that thing. I was playing it today.
You
So
play
I
it every
think
day.
I do. There's something wrong with me.
You grind the heck out of that game.
You're just mad because I got a helmet from Zur and you haven't signed on this weekend. So no Zur for you.
It's 2 weekends in a row.
You suck.
It's killing me softly.
So Mass Effect 4 is going to have like a real multiplayer.
Yeah, it's like, and I guess it's gonna be like connected experiences too. So like I took this as almost like a Destiny where like you're gonna go off and do missions and stuff and come back and there's gonna be people there. And if they end up doing this, it may actually be Destiny 2.0 only in third person.
Yeah.
So it's like Destiny meets Gears in space.
Well, that makes sense because Chris Wynn is the senior development director for it, and he was the Gears guy for Microsoft before, and he's the one saying, "Hey, I need a producer for the online for the next Mass Effect." That's what he tweeted. So,
Well,
you should go apply.
I should. Too bad I don't know how to produce anything.
Yeah.
Does that mean if it was Chris Wynn, does that mean that they might be pushing it towards maybe just like a Gears Online where like a 5-on-5 type Gears mode, like multi?
Maybe. I'm sure he's
or-
going to have some input, obviously, but I think it's going to be true Mass Effect. I think that we might be able to see a little bit of Gears inspiration in there. That'd be nice.
I'd like to see Mass Effect co-op for sure.
Yeah, me too. I will play any game that's co-op. I play Peggle for crying out loud. You
We
give
did
me
play Peggle.
co-op, I will play it.
It's true.
Yeah.
Unless it has microtransactions.
Stupid microtransactions.
Are you fed up with microtransactions?
Yeah, it's annoying.
Apple feels for you.
Do they?
And they're launching a new solution for your microtransactions.
What's that?
It's called Pay Once and Play.
So what? Like you buy a game? And they don't have microtransactions?
That's exactly it.
How
You
many
pay one time.
how many companies are gonna be down with that?
I mean,
I
it's
mean, if the
likely to be
price is
seen.
right,
It's like
like
$5. Some of them.
yeah, like I mean, if you get a game that's like 10.99
Well, I
instead of
mean,
free and with all the microtransactions,
yeah. I
I
mean,
like it
you got
enough.
like the Star Wars games that are like $9.99, or like XCOM, which is like $12.99. You basically you pay it once, and then you're done. So like, you
Goat
don't have to worry
Simulator.
about that one is on here, so I shouldn't laugh.
I'm
But
sure it was. Oh my
like that's
god.
you basically you buy the game like in a more traditional sense instead of just getting a free game and having to pay for your gun and then pay for your hat and pay for your color pink and then pay for your everything else you want to get.
Yeah.
So I are you okay with
I
this?
guess if it's the right thing, I'd rather do that than pay, get it free, and run out of lives for 4 days and have to wait.
Yeah, but then how are we going to do our freemium game if they put this as like
We're
the
not going to
new.
be in that club.
All right. I just want to make sure that you were on board with not being in that
I
club.
sure am.
Let's talk about some toys.
All
And by
right.
toys, just one toy in particular. Did you ever
Cardboard.
have? Well, I mean, my kids play with cardboard all the time, but it's not really what I was going to talk about. I meant like more of a game or
Game.
like a. You remember like when you were little and you used to have that thing you put in and you like and it would have different pictures and you're like
The Viewmaster. They have them in Disney World still,
exactly.
actually. There's a restaurant. It's like an old 50s restaurant.
Yeah.
And the dessert menu is in an old Viewmaster. And to figure out what you want for your dessert, you click through it and pick.
That's annoying. How many desserts do they have?
I don't eat there because they harass you and tell you to eat your greens and your Brussels sprouts. And that's not my scene. So I refuse to eat there.
That's what my food eats. That's all you have to say.
Right.
When they're like, eat your lettuce, you're like, that's what my food eats. And then they get pissed. And you're like, well, sorry, I don't care.
Yeah, we don't eat there at that one. But we are in a restaurant every single time we go that is connected to that one. So that's how I know.
So you get to see the Viewmaster.
I actually, yeah, you can see down the hallway. You can see that place.
Well, wouldn't you like it if it was all in like virtual reality Viewmaster?
Oh, it's my favorite.
Are you getting sick just thinking about it? Because I am.
Yes.
He's like, well, sorry, I didn't mean to. Google Cardboard. Oh, Cardboard, I get it.
Perfect.
That's what you were saying. Google Cardboard is actually that. It is a Viewmaster that I guess it holds an Android smartphone that makes the images.
I don't need all that. I can
So,
hold my
it's like, just,
I can hold my phone right in front of my
Sure, I was gonna
face.
say.
Yeah, like I'm all right.
it's not working.
Right?
I don't know.
Yeah,
I
no
don't know
thanks.
why everyone's so obsessed with VR right now. I
Because
think it
everybody's
needs.
doing it, so everybody has to have like their feet in.
Yeah, but I think it needs to be way more developed before we have to get so in depth with it.
I guess.
No, you don't guess. You hate VR.
I do hate
You
VR.
don't want anything with
Down with
VR.
it. Not
Oh
down
my
with it.
goodness. Not at all.
No.
But well, I guess good for Mattel to get in the VR race
Right.
along with everybody else. I think that's all I got. What do you got? Anything on your plate?
Nope, I got nothing.
I feel like I've talked at you this whole time.
That's usually how we go. You're the
Oh,
brains and
ouch.
I'm just the entertainment.
That's right.
No,
I mean, no, you're the brains too.
not really.
But
It is Walking Dead night.
That is. That's true. And we
Yeah.
do have to get to Walking Dead. So with that being said, to all of our subscribers out there,
Thank
hashtag
you.
bye.
Hashtag bye.